Today I wanted us to talk about something very interesting but a little bit controversial, and that's the ultimate test of our faith as Christians. Now, what do you think the ultimate test is? Well, I'll go first. I believe the ultimate test is how we treat people who will perceive are different from us. That perhaps could be people who share different faiths, could be people who act differently, and the thing, how do we really treat them? Because I believe evangelism is more than just preaching to people, telling them about Christ and all. I believe you can't, I don't think it will be possible. I don't really think having so much knowledge is enough to be able to convince a person that you're on the right track. Let's say, for instance, you come to me, I'm probably an idol worshiper, or I don't know anything about Christ, and then you come to me, you say you want to preach to me, and then you come to me. Meanwhile, you're the kind of person who criticizes me, you're the kind of person who condemns me. You say, because I'm an idol worshiper, you don't give me things, or you don't collect anything from me, yet you're trying to preach to me. I mean, do you think I'm going to want to join your religion, or I'm going to want to, do you think I'm going to want to accept your faith and your teaching just because you have so much knowledge? I mean, what good is knowledge if it does not even reflect in your life? Then what then are you doing with it? Are you trying to tell me that if I join your faith, I'm going to be just like you? Because definitely, I probably don't see anything in you worth emulating. So that's what I believe. So then you can see that the way we treat people who are not like us really does matters more than we think it does. Now, let's go to the family setting because I believe charity begins at home. So, how do we treat people who share different faith from us within our families? Do we criticize them? Do we isolate ourselves from them? Do we act like we're better than them? Now, these are very important questions we need to answer ourselves because the way we treat people really matters. As a matter of fact, it is a reflection of ourselves. There was this content I was watching where the person said, a test for a good person. How we know a good person is not just how they act, how they behave, it's how they treat others when others are wrong. That is, you see somebody doing the wrong thing, are you so quick to want to criticize them? Are you so quick to want to condemn them? Are you just so quick to want to feel all self-righteous, or you want to gloat over it, or you want to keep announcing their flaws or their mistakes? No, these things really matters. It does not mean we should start pretending with anyone because we know they are looking at the way we behave. No. What I'm saying is, whenever you interact with someone who is different from you, make sure at the end of the day you examine the way you interacted with them. Ask yourself, how I interacted with this person. Was it Christ like? How I interacted with this person. Was my actions enough to prove to them that indeed I have Jesus Christ in me? But I know there are times where we see ourselves making mistakes, having it all wrong, but at the same time, we need to also learn to be patient with ourselves. As much as we're trying to get better, don't develop the habit of condemning yourself. Just take a deep breath, analyze the situation, examine yourself, and pray about it, and find out ways in which you can get better. Now, we've talked about how we deal with, we've talked about ways in which we deal with unbeliever. Now, about ways in which we deal with our fellow believers as well, because I believe these also matters as well. Like, for instance, you see a believer doing something that is wrong. Yes, probably you see a believer fornicating or a believer doing something, and you probably feel, should I say, disappointed or thereabout. But the thing is, how do you handle it? Do you just go about start announcing the mistake on the person, or do you want to condemn them? Do you want to feel, oh, I'm better than you, and all? No, because at the end of the day, we need to also remember that our actions are a reflection of us. Both our actions and our reaction, they are whole a reflection of who we are on the inside. Okay, so it's very important that we learn to communicate with people with grace. We learn to be grace givers, even though they are not deserving of the grace, even though they do not merit such grace. We should still make sure we are grateful to them because that's the love of Christ we preach about. We do know we don't deserve His mercies, but He's still merciful to us. We know we don't deserve His love, but He's still loving to us. Another thing as well, it doesn't matter even if the person is an enemy to us, it doesn't matter if the person hates us, we still need to act like Christ, because that's our actions are the evidence that we have Christ in us. It's not about the things we know, it's not about the scriptures we know. It is our actions, it is our behaviors that people will be able to see that yes, we have Christ living in us. Okay, there's this quote I came about, I think it's been so many years ago. He said, if a blind man sees me, if a blind man hears me, would they be able to know I'm a Christian? And will a deaf man see me, would they be able to tell I'm a Christian? So you can see that it's not by knowing so much quotation, it's about how you live your life. I've seen love strong enough to win souls. I've seen love strong enough to cast out demons. I've seen people just showing love to others, and as a result of this, their love, the person we're showing love to ended up becoming a Christian, the person ended up becoming better. And you see, your actions speak louder than words. I know, but because of attitude and character, that's why the believers were referred to as Christians. Because when the people studied them, they noticed that they had love for themselves, even regardless of the different tribes and different manners of people among them. This set of people had love for themselves. This set of people, they lived their life like Christ. And so they coined a name for them. Christians, meaning like Christ, meaning followers of Christ. Calling yourself a Christian means you have a target, means you have a model, which is Christ. You have to be acting like Christ. He's the template for our belief. He's a template for our faith. That's why whenever you find yourself, you need to know you're representing Christ. Whenever you find yourself, you need to know people are watching you. And I'm not just saying be good or act like this because people are watching you. No. I'm just saying that anything you do, make sure you're doing it for Christ. Don't even do it for yourself, because if you do it, once self starts coming into the picture, you see yourself making so many errors. You probably want to feel self righteous and all of that. No. So make sure at the end of the day, Christ is your focus. Make sure at the end of the day, you are Christ's ambassador, because indeed, the life you live, as long as you're one who proclaims Christ, as long as you're one who talks about Christ, your life needs to align with that of Christ, because your life makes more impact than your words. All right, so this is the end of today's session. Bye.